Hey everyone, welcome to Friday. How you doing? Let me see. Let me make sure I got everything situated correctly here. Again, welcome. Welcome to Friday. I hope your week went great and your weekend is off to a good start. We're here to start a new game tonight. This is the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. It is a investigation, exploration, paranormal kind of game. It's definitely going to be chill compared to what we just finished on Wednesday, which was Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Hey, Stefano. How's it going? Welcome. Welcome. Oh, your Friday's almost over. So, yeah, it's supposed to be a lot more chill than what we've been doing, and I typically tend to... When I define my schedule, and when I set my schedule up, I typically use a site called howlongtobeat.com to get a kind of an estimate of how long it's going to take to play each game. And for some games, I just know that my time is going to be a lot more than what they say. And I think this is probably going to be one of those. They say this is like a 4-hour game. I'm saying it's probably, for me, it's probably going to be closer to 6. So... we'll see. But, yeah, we're on the board for 3 hours tonight. And tomorrow we've made a little bit of a change to the schedule. I normally do it a little bit earlier in the morning here in the U.S. We're going to be doing it a couple of hours later than usual. And we're going to go for an hour longer than we normally do on Saturday. So... if you go to my schedule link on my break and step down on my startup screen, you'll see it adjusted for your time zone. So we'll be going for 4 hours tomorrow, and the next game on the list is Ghost Recon Wildlands, which because we don't stream for very many hours every day, it'll be at least a week, probably closer to 2 on that one, and that'll be on Xbox One. So the reason I bring that up is 3 hours tonight, 4 hours tomorrow. There's a possibility we'll finish this game before the end of tomorrow's stream. And depending on where we are when we do, we may switch over to Wildlands rather than shutting down early. So we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, let's get started. This game is a narrative experience that does not hold your hand.
Ethan Carter, I didn't know. But he knew who I was. When the police won't help you and the priests don't believe you, you call on Paul Prospero. You call on me. If you're a kid like Ethan, you're right. Plenty do. Ethan's letter started out just like any other fan mail. But soon there were mentions of things no little boy should know about. There are places that exist that very few people can see. Ethan could have drawn a map. I hadn't entered Red Creek Valley yet, but already I could feel its darkness reaching out for me. Finding Ethan Carter wasn't going to be as easy as knocking on his door. I was too late for that. To find Ethan, I had to figure out what this place was trying to hide from me.
Just getting used to the controls. They're not spongy, that's for sure, and that's a good thing for me. I don't, if I move the controller a little bit, I expect it to move immediately and move just a little bit. Not all games do that. Gears is a little spongy. Both of the latest Tomb Raiders are also quite spongy. So this is good. This is good. All right, so the game says it doesn't hold my hand, so I'm guessing I am not going to get any objective markers. So we'll see. This will be interesting because so many games these days have that, right? And some of them you can turn it off, sure, but you say, hey, go this way or go that way. You have no idea where you're going, but the game says I need to go over here, so that's where I'm going to go. Apparently we're not going to get much, if any, of that. Alright, there's no No jumping. I can duck. Bumpers don't do anything yet. Left trigger zooms in. Alright, at least so far. Interesting, okay. Some kind of trap. Alright. Oh, and notice the around the outer edges of the screen. Okay. Interesting the way it rotates. It rotates to follow me. I assume it's possible for me to die. I don't know yet. And also, before we get too much farther into it, and I may have to repeat this several times based on when people come and go, but the title of the stream does have the word blind in it in brackets. That means that I have not played this before, so please be very careful when saying something that might be considered a spoiler. Alright, is that... Okay, there's some kind of picture behind it. Another trap. Go back over here and look at this other one for a second. So I thought the bottom half of this one, or sorry, okay, so they are the same, okay. Alright. Okay. Hamburger button just brings up the main menu. I have no idea what you just said. I have no idea what that means. I mean, I know what a surname is, but... Alright, railroad tracks. That way. I assume if I keep going this way, I'll get there. But I want to go back over here and look around a little bit more first. This looks like some kind of creek bed or something like that. The confusion of... yeah. Oh, and I was also going to mention, standard disclaimer about starting a new game applies as in regards to audio. So if I need to make adjustments there, you know, please feel free to speak up. There isn't much right now, but if and when we get to that point, if something seems to be too loud or too soft, let me know and we can adjust. there are a lot of traps here. Obviously. Another trap. Okay, so we've got 3 pieces now. So I guess it's apparent that the more of these things that we find, potentially of the same type, we're going to fill in some kind of image that could potentially be a clue, maybe. Okay, there's another one. Let's see if we get another piece of the picture. Yeah, a little bit more. A lot of skeletons. I can see a lot of skeletons behind there. I'm also going to hazard a guess that once we fill in a picture, because obviously all of these traps have been in this area right now so far, if we fill in that picture, that might be all of the looking around that we need to do in this area. Potentially the clues are location related, obviously, because you get that full image once you found everything and you can move on. The graphics are pretty good so far. Alright, there are the railroad tracks again. This is actually the Redux. The Redux version. Alright, so there's the tracks that we saw from back over that way. So now we'll go this way and maybe see if we can pick up maybe where that last clue was. Yeah, I mean the foliage looks pretty good so far. This is done by a company called the Astronauts. Yeah, see, I can't. One good thing, I guess, is it won't let me go any, too far. I can't go any farther than that, so there will be no, accidental falling deaths. All right, so we've got two. Got 2 on both sides of the tracks, each side of the tracks. So I'm guessing maybe there's one potentially on the tracks. Just a wild guess. So we'll go back a little bit and then just walk straight down the tracks in case we missed something going on the sides. Okay, maybe not. So kind of. One thing I'm not sure of is if my earlier guess about what the pieces of the picture mean. I don't know how big the areas are supposed to be, and when I start to transition into another area, you know, and I reset going to the next picture, if that makes any sense. When I know I've left an area, but I haven't found all of the pieces. Looks like it has motion blur turned on. I'm not a fan of motion blur. Nauseates me sometimes. Well, there possibly be one inside the tunnel. Looks like left bumper lets me run. Alright, well, another thing I don't know yet, obviously, is whether or not I can come back here. Alright, so let's take a look at the picture again. This is, of course, assuming that there is a piece in the middle that we're missing. It's a large enough hole for me to make me think that there is one. We see it's a wooded area, or out in the forest somewhere, and there are a lot of skeletons on the ground. I mean, I think we've pretty much covered all of it. We'll go ahead and continue from here. Go down the tracks. You don't like it either, huh? I mean, I'll turn vertical sync on and motion blur off in every game. As a matter of fact, let me... Windowed custom resolution, VSync is on, textures high. No motion blur. Unfortunately. Bridge closed. Do not enter. Well, I don't know that I have much of a choice. It's the only way for me to go. We'll stay on the rail as much as we can.
Red Creek Valley. Seemed like a quiet, ordinary place. I've learned two things in my life. No place is truly quiet, and nowhere is really ordinary. Ethan warned me about that. Warned me not to be fooled by what I saw here. He didn't need to worry. I'd worked dozens of cases, hundreds. This would be my last one.
Ah, is he retiring?
I knew that.
Can't even drop down there, just like 2 feet. Yeah, it's yeah, you're right. I mean, they do seem to go a little overboard with some of that stuff sometimes. I mean, well, you said depth of field. The one that that made me think of when you said that was field of view, I guess. That could make a big difference. Because we had that issue with Prey, actually. Because the default field of view was like 90 degrees, I think. Something, or maybe it was even 75. It was really low. And they didn't even have a way for you to change it when the game launched. You had to actually go into the configuration files on your file system and manually edit the file in Notepad. You could change it there. I made it 110, I think. I think since we finished playing it, they have added a field of view slider to the game. But that made a big difference in Prey because of the damn mimics. Those little shits that used to jump around on the ground. When it was, when it launched, you had these blinders on and you could barely see in front of you, so you couldn't track them. And opening up the view made it a lot easier to see them, so it definitely helped in that case. I don't necessarily have motion sickness, per se. It's just the blurriness, just, ugh. Alright, so again. Okay, turn off. Alright, I can't do anything with these yet. Now I don't know how to get out of the... okay, alright. So I guess interacting with anything, you have to look for the word. Alright, so they lead you to believe that you might be able to get this thing moving. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. It just looks like a dead end. Well, you sure can't crouch very low. that's blood. That's a lot of blood. The leg. Somebody's leg. The boot. It's like some kind of dam. I don't understand the rectangular shape part of it. Not sure what that means in this context. I mean, I understand that's how he got to the rail car question, and whether or not the rail car down there, or yeah, would be that way. I'm pointing at the screen. Whether it's referring to the car that's up there. Thought I heard a clicking sound. Did we go up here already? Looks like the rest of the body is here. Whoever this is. Blood from legs. Fractured skull. Cause of death. Head trauma. Okay. Death scene, eroded by time, disturbed by third party. Alright, I guess we don't have enough information. Get a piece of the picture. Okay, Cantori, how's it going, man? Haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? Welcome. There's a crank. I'm good. I'm good. Started streaming. Oh, geez. Started back streaming, I guess, what, maybe 3 months ago, something like that. At a reduced schedule from when I was doing it last summer. Saul Sadoan, if I pronounced that right. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. Welcome. Oh, have you played this, Cantori? I have not, so if you have... Alright, so I can at least go somewhat into the water. Well, the alerts are a little slow. They're showing up in chat before they... Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we've been playing for about half an hour, so we're obviously not very far in. We just crossed the that first bridge. Just still getting used to where we can go, what we can look for, where we can look for things, what our limits are. Alright, I don't want to go up that way just yet. I want to go back to where we found the body and go back up to the tracks and go back down that way. I want to make sure I got everything covered. So the body was right there. Okay. Let's go over this way. Boot print? Oh, hey, that's where our, that might be where that rock, yeah, came from. Okay, I don't know why I needed to fix that. All that did was tell me where the rock came from. Yeah, that's what this is. That's what this is, Kendora. This is the Redux version on PC. Actually had it for a while. It was probably something that I bought over the winter Steam sale and just now getting around to playing. Sometimes the just completely lose what you have in your backlog because you just buy so much stuff thanks to Steam. Is that creaking or is it gunfire? Or woodpeckers? Guessing it's probably... Oh, maybe. Sounded like creaking wood that time. Yeah, it definitely has that so far. Man, I really hope this doesn't open up into some, like, valley that we can go down into. I hope I can't go any farther, because if I can go down there, I'm going to be like, oh, there is no hope for me. This might be the end of the road going in this direction. Well, that's as far as I can go. Oh, man. Yeah, there are no... I wonder what the, I guess the save mechanic is going to be reaching certain points in the story, maybe, and reaching certain locations, because as you can see, there are no options. No options to save. Alright, so that'll lead us back to the tracks. Yeah, I've noticed I think it's an ellipsis in the upper right-hand corner. I've noticed that a couple of times. Alright, so... We got everything. Maybe. Explored everything to the left, or the area to the left. I gotta be careful not to say everything, because who knows. The area to the left of the tracks. This should be where we were going to come up. Yeah, from the shoreline when we decided to turn back around and go by where the body was. Okay, all right, so we can press on from here. See, there's that clicking sound again. I didn't look up in the upper right-hand corner to see if it's saved, and that's an auditory marker, if you will, to tell me that it's saving. No, see, there it is again. See into those things? No. What is that over there? This looks like some kind of light. Guessing some kind of puzzle. All right. Let's see how well our brain is working tonight. Okay. Okay, blue. Go. Maybe he's just leading me to this spot, maybe? There he is. And guess what? An astronaut. Well, it looked like he was going off this way. There he is. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's go over here and see what this is. Get taken away by the aliens. Extraterrestrial containment capsule. Oh, lovely. I'm in space. In space. Lots of capsules. Nothing to interact with. Read. Fangs. The beast had fangs, but was heavy and slow. So when I saw the light in the sky, it waited, thinking the light would go out like the others before it. When it did not, the beast stood, rose up on its legs, and went to the place where the fire was still burning. Excuse me. As the orange light died, another took its place. This one was blue, a bright and pure blue that the creature had only seen along the edges of the stars. The beast showed its fangs, and the light vanished. A moment later, the light appeared again between two distant trees. Oh, excuse me, I shouldn't have drank so much of that soda. The beast wanted to go home, but could not ignore the light, so it chased it deeper into the forest. Ah, there we go. That might make it a little easier. When the light stopped, it did so in a clearing of trees. The beast entered the circle, feeling no fear. The trees turned towards the beast, pointing at it like needles, but the tops of the trees lowered and dug into the ground. The trunks and roots were raised into the air and closed around the beast like walls. As the ground disappeared, the beast realized it would never use its fangs again.
Get out of my room, Travis!
Stories, stories. Always with the stories.
Get out!
I read the Fangs one. I liked the Beast. At least he gets to leave this goddamn place.
Okay. What the fuck just happened? Now I'm in a completely different place, it looks like. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe this was actually what I went into when I thought that I was seeing the spaceship. I was actually going into this shack in real life, because this looks like kind of the open area that I was running into. Gaylord! America's Finest Science Fiction, 1964. That's what we just read. Yeah, I kind of gathered that. Now I don't know where the hell I am. And there's no map. Well, I see what you're saying. Be careful with that kind of thing, though. I mean, I'll go and do it. And that was one of the questions that we had when we first started. Because when you're in that first area that you start the game in with all the traps, there were 4 traps. We found 4 traps, and each one gave you a little bit more of the pieces of a picture, but we didn't know if we were finished or not with it. Whether there was a 5th one that we didn't see or didn't find. So we just went ahead and crossed the tracks and came into this area. So that, I mean, that's part of the mechanic that I was asking about back at that point in the stream was how do, and you don't necessarily need to answer this, okay? It's just I'm just wondering aloud here. Is how do we know when it's okay to go into the next area, wherever that next area might be? Or maybe a better question would be, when is it okay to leave the current area that I might be in to go to the next area? So now I have to figure out where the hell I am. I think I remember running up through here at one point. See, now I don't... Like a pine cone. But see, now I have no idea where the hell I am. No clue. Alright, well, since we're here... Okay, one question that I do have for you, Cantori. And... a simple yes or no is a perfectly acceptable answer. Are you able to go back to any other area in the game? I mean, understanding that there's probably no fast travel. If I wanted to walk back to that area where we first started in, would I be able to do that at any time? Oh, it's a grenade. Think right, I see a telephone pole off in the distance, or some kind of I would imagine that because it does seem to be an open world exploration type game, there may not be an order, right? Because, you know, one person may go left, one person may go right, and who knows where they're going to wind up going from there. So you know, the developers have to plan or maybe not, plan may not be the right word, maybe potentially lead the gamer in a certain direction. Okay, this looks like back where we started. If we go back that way, yeah, right here. Let's see, I can't see what I have in my inventory. I picked up a couple of things, a crank. We saw something that looked like a crank, but I don't remember if we could pick it up or not. Because we had some rope. We did come this way, but we went around down by the shore. We missed this part of the tracks. So yeah, what I was saying before, that the area behind me in the direction that we're going, you know, we found 4 traps, but it looked like a piece of the picture that those 4 traps made. There was a hole in the middle for a potentially 5th piece, but we looked and we never found. There we go. We never found the 5th one. So we take this car back to that spot on the tracks. Okay, there's the rope, but there's a spot a little farther back. Yeah, the severed legs. Because it had mentioned a rectangular area. There we go, right back here. So you take the rail car back here, maybe. Back by the canister and these trees. Maybe this guy got ran over. Maybe he was tied to the tracks. And the wheels on the rail car cut the rope. Rail car. Well, but that's what I was saying before, is how do you know what the order is? I mean, I understand what you're saying about doing everything in the area that I find them in, when I find them. But how do I know what area is supposed to be the right order? So I can't pick that up. I can't interact with it. mean, I did get some kind of audible, some kind of sound when I got out of the car. I mean, do I have to stop at each spot, maybe? There's the rope. Ah, the picture is bigger. Bigger now. It was much smaller before. Okay. So do I need to take this back? Do I have to go? No, it's no bigger. Let's go back. Maybe a little bigger again. Okay. It's a static image. It doesn't appear to be moving or breathing. He has a crank in his hand. Ooh, I wonder if that Ethan, maybe? And how did this guy get from there down to there? And who is the bald guy with the crank in his hands? Okay, that's the guy that's dead on the left. Oh, there's the rock. We found the rock earlier. Put it back. So maybe he started back there. Maybe. He's kneeling down, looking at something on the ground. I don't know if that's going to wind up... I guess that's going to wind up being him, and yeah, him and his blood. Look at the jacket. Yeah, same guy. He's kneeling there for some reason. Okay. A boy tied to the railroad tracks. I guess maybe the rail car riding over the tracks cut the ropes, and whoever the boy was escaped because the boy is not here. I'm going to guess that that's probably Ethan. If it is, why is he tied to the railroad tracks? And who are these other two guys? All right, so game mechanic question for Cantori. Is this, am I done with this area? Have I found everything that I need to find? I guess this is the crime scene, and I guess I found all the pieces and I saw what happened here. I may not know why or who these people are, but I found everything that there is to find in this area, and I can move on. It seems like it is. Okay, I cannot get back into the car, so there's nothing else to do with the car. So we have to go back. Alright, so knowing this, we're going to go back to that first area. Not done yet? Okay. Alright, so the visions are... Do I have to go back and touch the dude again? I have everything reappear? I mean, I did, unless there's something... Ah. Oh, this is where the rock was. It's probably going to be the old man picking up a rock from here. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. Chronology, I'm guessing the series of events that happen here started at this point, maybe. I'm still within the vision area. There's nothing to interact with. So he picked up a rock. He came up to this guy. Again, nothing to interact with. Ah, there we go. So how come I didn't get that back here? Or did I? There we go. Alright, so I'm guessing what we have to do is we have to tag these in the correct order that they happened. in order to be considered complete. Alright, so we know that the dead body down here is the last piece. That's probably the first piece. Or is it? The rail car wound up way up there at the top of the hill. Alright, so the boy is there. So I'm guessing this part happened before that part. And that's probably the last piece down there. All right. So well, I don't know. See, now I'm a little confused. There could be any number of possibilities here, depending on who the old man is. So he tied Ethan up here. Well, son of a bitch. So those are the last two. So potentially where did we find the rock? I don't remember where we found the rock. Did we find it here? All right. Okay. So we've got 6 pieces. Picking up the rock, talking to the guy by the train, the car, killing the guy there. Ethan is tied up at one point, but Ethan is alive over here after the guy's been killed. And this guy over here is, I'm still assuming this is the last piece. And this is probably next to last. So it's the 4 up here that we need to get the order right in. Was Ethan tied up first? Then the guy was going to use the rail car to cut the ropes to free Ethan. But then the old man went back to get a rock, and then he came over here to kill him and then dragged the body over here after Ethan had been freed, and then he winds up being dead over here. Alright, so I'm going to try that. So Ethan is tied up first. 1. Then he's going to come down here. The guy's going to use the rail car to cut the ropes. And he's going to come back here and get a rock. I'm not sure why he would be kneeling there, but why? That's where the guy hits him in the back of the head with a rock. But then again, why would he be here potentially after Ethan had already been freed? I mean, I'm not sure what the mechanic is here, so I want to see what happens, whether this is right or wrong.
Listen to me. We can destroy it. I know how.
You can't destroy it, Ethan. You can't destroy time. And that's what he is. He is forever.
Travis, tell me where Ethan is.
Okay, so the order wasn't right. I'm guessing I got the first part correct. No, that's gotta be. It still has to be. It still has to be last. Right? So maybe 2 and 3. Yeah. He gets the rock first, then goes and talks to the guy. Alright, so there are no question marks on this one, so that is the first step. So Ethan is tied to the tracks.
Listen to me. We can destroy it. I know how.
You can't destroy it, Ethan. You can't destroy time. And that's what he is. He is forever.
That's what he is.
Gail, honey, I wish there was another way. Travis, tell me where Ethan is. Now.
I'm giving the sleeper what he wants. What all of us want. Look, old
The
man,
sleeper.
you need to go home.
That's 3. Oh, okay, got it. All right.
Ethan, run, goddammit. Go! Get out of here! Travis, close your eyes.
Finished him off. Alright. Now I have to be done. If I'm not done now. Well, unless I gotta follow. Alright. Alright, so that scene looks like it's done. Let's see, got a few more minutes. I need to take a break here. I want to go back to the first area. Alright, so we left. I mean, well, shit. Let me make sure. I don't know if I'm done. I'm pretty sure I am. Okay, follow this thing. Alright, so it went down there. So let's go back down to the shore. My goodness. Oh, really? I gotta go all the way back down there to... Alright, we'll go here. Then we'll go here. And we'll go here. And it can't... Ah, here we go. Jeez Louise. People are saying this is a 4-hour game?
Grandpa? Stay away!
Ethan, I'm sick too. I can feel the sleeper in my head.
Then fight it! I have to destroy the room!
Corvus, I'm sorry.
Corvus?
Oh no!
I can't let you do that.
Okay. The only reason that I know I'm done is because I got an
Before he
achievement.
turned Ethan's family against him. The grandfather was trying to resist. Age helps against those things that feed on hate. Not because of wisdom or experience, because the old are tired. Their hate is less useful.
All right. Wow. Okay. A little frustrating because I didn't really know what was going on or what I was supposed to do, but now that I've seen something completely play out, it's a very cool mechanic. So all right, so now that we are done with that area. Now, unless there's, you know, I'd say a 4-hour game, maybe there's only 3 or 4 of these areas like these we have to do. I don't know. So we know we're missing something from down here. It's probably another trap because that's all we found down here was traps. We found 4 of them. All right, so now that we're back to this area, let's go ahead and let me take a break. Give me about maybe 10 minutes or so. Go to the restroom, get up, stretch my legs, all that stuff. I like it so far, I really do. Really, really do. Off to a good start here. So yeah, let me go do that and give me about 10 minutes and we'll pick back up right here. Sorry I missed you, Cantori. Thank you for coming out, man. I appreciate it if you're still there. Thank you very much. Hopefully we can see you tomorrow as well. All right, let's pick back up with the traps. Okay, so we found 4 traps. Apparently we have to find a 5th somewhere. I thought we had covered this initial area pretty well, but maybe not. Hold on a second, you're going to lose the audio for a second. Alright. Get that window out of the way. Alright, so there's one of the traps that we already found. There's 2 of them. Yeah, the other one's right there. Yeah, so we got 4 parts to the picture. We need that piece in the middle. We have to find the 5th trap to fill it in. They're the other 2. So somewhere, assuming it's a trap because the other 4 are as well, we just have to find the 5th one. Of course, one thing I'm assuming is that it's at ground level like the other 4 are. It might be up in a tree somewhere. Maybe it's somewhere on the bridge too. Although I kind of doubt it. Alright, let's head back. I mean, we did look over here earlier, but nothing triggered. appreciate that, but don't let me keep you from getting sleep. Getting sleep is way more important than watching me trying to figure out this last part. At least it would be for me. We went back into the tunnel. It's not back there for sure, and we came all the way back to here and walked down the tracks all the way to the bridge. We saw nothing there either. Still think maybe it's above us, maybe in a tree somewhere. We just didn't notice it. Oh shit, there it is. That got a jump scare out of me. Is that this area? It doesn't quite look the same. Sap. An old man came to the forest every day to drink sap from the trees. To get there, the old man had to step around many dangerous traps. The villagers believed this old man had hidden a jade amulet in the forest, but the old man wanted the villagers to believe this because then they would search the forest for treasure and not drink his sap. One cool fall night, someone set fire to the forest, and the fire spread to the village. The old man escaped the fire by covering himself in sap. When he returned to the village, he found all the villagers' bones. The old man sat down and cried. Then he found more sap to drink.
Ethan, I told you, you can't be here.
But Gramp, I wrote something for you.
That's real nice. Thank you. Just leave it. I'll read it later.
Okay. So that's the end of that one. That one was a little simpler, obviously. Well, maybe. One Dead in House Fire by Jeff Jermu, Bayfield County. Fire damaged a historic home in Red Creek Valley Wednesday morning, according to officials from the Bayfield County Fire Department. A family of 6 was asleep when the blaze broke out at the remote house, once owned by Albert Vandegrift of 46 Old Ogden Road in Red Creek Valley. Gail Carter, 58, was pronounced dead at the scene. Remaining family members were able to escape. Carter's husband, Edwin, Grandpa, told investigators he may have fallen asleep with a lit cigarette in his hand. Firefighters were dispatched to the scene at 1:22 a.m. and remained at the scene until around 5 a.m. Wednesday. They returned to the property 4 hours later to extinguish hot spots, which had rekindled. After heated public hearing, no answers for Vandegrift errors by Tom Outen, Bayfield County. Members of the Vandegrift family again gathered in the Bayfield County Courthouse today to debate the fate of the Vandegrift fortune, which has remained in escrow since 1961, when family patriarch Albert Vandegrift, 71, died in a mine accident, the after effects of which nearly destroyed Vandegrift industrial and severely damaged the local economy. James Vandegrift, 38, of Chicago, argued that his father's demands were unreasonable and that many Vandegrift family members have personal reasons for wanting to avoid living in Red Creek Valley on the Vandergriff estate, as stipulated in the elder Vandergriff's will. The recent fire in which the Vandergriff home was damaged, he said, only underlined his family's concerns. All right, I guess that's it for this area. I didn't see any will-o'-the-wisp kind of things floating around leading me to something I'm supposed to go watch or look at or see. We did get the achievement. I guess that's some indicator, I guess. Which, you shouldn't use that to determine that you're done. But that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to call that one done. It did get a jump scare out of me too. It doesn't happen that often. Good! I didn't want you to lose any sleep over me or what I'm doing. But thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Check the schedule, see when we're streaming tomorrow. Alright, so got the first area, we got the second area. We have somebody or something named, what was it, Corvus? Ethan mentioned something about the room and the sleeper. And we got the little spaceship apparition over there to the left when we found the astronaut, because we found the puzzle. I'm gonna guess that we can go back. We can go straight ahead through there. Now, let's go this way. I think this is probably going to be the shortest way around the blocked passage. Okay. Man, I really wish I knew what those clicking sounds were. So we did some stuff over there. That's where we found the puzzle with the astronaut, so I'm going to assume the next area is through here. I'm getting tired, I guess. I'm yawning. Covered bridge, maybe, or a log. A logging a mill of some kind. We did find a grenade. So that's going to figure in somehow. Oh, okay. Some more stuff up here. Good. Let me come over here. This looks like it's closed off. Let's see if we can find something over here that we need to interact with before we go over there. Oh, that's the shack. Okay. That looks like the shack. Where the, yeah. The astronaut was. Yep. Okay. Or maybe it's a train station instead of a logging, instead of a lumber mill. $7:05. Tippy, what's up, man? How are you? Welcome. How's your Saturday morning? I think you're 6 hours, I think, difference. 6 hours ahead. Or maybe only 5. I don't know. I'd have to look at my worldtimezone.com. Played World of Tanks. I hate that game. Is that your first time playing it? Wow, I'm really surprised that there was nothing here. It just seemed like it would have been ripe for something. Over a year ago. Oh, it's been a year since you played it? I have not played it, but I do have a friend of mine that has. He used to play it a lot. I don't know if he still does or not. He's also one of my best co-op buddies. We did a lot of co-op stuff together, like Dead Space 3 and, let's see, Sniper Elite 3 and some others that I can't think of off the top of my head right now. By new, do you mean a new, like an Xbox One S, or you mean you're waiting for the One X to come out and get one of those? Okay, you're probably talking about the X then. Yeah. Oh, One S. Okay. Okay. I have an S downstairs. This, what I stream on is just my OG Xbox One. because I have a 4K TV downstairs that does HDR, so I have that one down there for you know, discs, movies, and you know, Netflix and stuff like that. You can stream 4K also. All right, so there's got to be something in that building right there. But I will be getting a 1X when it comes out in November. Is that a cave? Looks like a cave. Nope. Can't get up there. Yeah, I mean, I know that it's, well...
No trains have been through here for a long time. That was part of a pattern. Large pieces of this country were thrown away, doomed to become, and then remain, the worst versions of themselves. Beneath all that rot, dark things grow.
Okay. Yeah, that's the I was gonna say before my character started talking. I mean, that's a negative for the X, right? But then again, you know, they've said all along since they announced the thing, you know, the A, this isn't meant for the average gamer, and they said it is going to be a premium product. So I mean, yeah, unfortunately, as nice as it sounds like it's going to be, you know, not... Oh, wow, I wonder if we're going to wind up going over there. You know, they're not going to... I don't know what their sales projections are, and, you know, they will never say that anyway. But they can't be anywhere near as high as the Xbox One, the OG, and the S. I mean, there's no way. But I'll be getting one. Just waiting for them to announce when the pre-orders are going to take place and when they're going to be able to be pre-ordered. So I'll get one. What I'll probably do is trade the Xbox One that's in here towards the Xbox One S and take, or the X, and take the Xbox One S that's downstairs and move it up here and put the X downstairs, because that's where all the entertainment gear is and can handle the 4K stuff and the HDR stuff and all that stuff. So yeah, looking forward to it. Alright, so we're being led across this bridge to that village or whatever it is. Alright, I'm guessing there's going to be absolutely zero back here. Whoa, I'm actually, wow, surprised it let me go up that high and over. 13 miles? Wow. That's a long walk. I know people that run distances like that. Must have been very, very refreshing, invigorating. I mean, even the shorter distances used to be for me before. I used to run a lot. I'd run 3 to 4 miles every day, but it eventually took its toll on my knees, and I had to do, you know, like treadmills. Even that began to affect my knees as well. So now I do elliptical machine for my exercise, and it's perfect. No pounding, no stress. You get a decent workout. Yeah, it's like we've had a lot of rain here as well, like for the last 3 weeks probably. Last couple of days it's been all right, but prior to that, holy cow. It seemed like just about every day it would rain for at least a few minutes, and you know, with the weather as humid as it normally is in this part of the country, it's like, ugh. I mean, it's just so bad. Yep, I completely understand. That was the bad thing about running, you know, when the weather was bad. You had to make a decision. You know, do I want to go running even though it's raining? Or do I skip a day?
I've seen every version of people hurting each other, hurting themselves. We blame it on compulsion, selfishness, madness. I suppose the idea is, if you name a thing, you can control it. There are things in this world that cannot be named.
I'm still curious if there's something back, not that building right there in front of us, but the taller one, because he spoke there as well. I wonder if that's supposed to be some kind of cue or clue that there's something in the area. Barely see the reflection in the cobblestones. Looks pretty good. The game's really nice looking for being an indie title. Got real quiet. Maybe because of the in the valley over here. All right, yeah. Valley on a bridge. All right, I'll bite. Let's go to the first house as we come in. We'll scour the outside first. JR. Some kind of lift, maybe. I am looking, well, I'm not Ethan Carter. I'm in, basically what happened at the beginning of the game is I don't even remember what my own character's name is, but I'm basically an investigator, detective, and Ethan wrote me some letters that essentially led me to come here. And I'm looking, I've every now and then I'll find some clues that, like this letter right here will probably be one. You see that, and I can interact with these. And each area, or each scene has several of these around it, and depending on which one it is that you're doing, you have to reenact. You'll find like the second area had like 6 pieces of the scene that you had to find, and then once you found them all, you had to go through them and put them in order, and then the scene would play out in front of your eyes, kind of a projection, if you will, as to what happened, and you have to get them in the right order for the scene to play out. So it's a very interesting mechanic. I invoke the Boneless One, the one of voids, destroyer of ships, and he who is feared by the winds. Hear me! Great Minister Focalor, I wish to make a pact with you to confound my enemies and to protect my possessions. Use the doors of confusion to cloud their judgment. Seal the path with falsity and guile, and permit only those who can discern every true interior to pass. Aglon, Tetragram, Vachion, Stimulamaton, Ezephirs, blah, 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 my goodness. Emmanuel Saboeth, Adonai, Adore ete invoco, Amen. Some kind of ritual? Yeah, see, like that. See, there's something behind this door that I can interact with. Okay, and I can't go back out that way anyway. Okay, so I can either go upstairs or through one of these other 2 doors. Let's go upstairs and see what's there and see if... Let's explore all we can without having to go through another door. So we can get the lay of the land, so to speak. Alright, so this is obviously somebody's house. It almost seems like someone was performing some kind of ritual. Maybe Ethan did this? See, do we want to start upstairs and go downstairs? Alright, let's go here. Swap. With what? Okay, so there are 3 versions of whatever this is. Okay, I can either go upstairs or downstairs. So I'm guessing these are probably some kind of teleport within the house. And if I go through, that's where I'll be, in the house, wherever that is in the house. Alright, so... Okay, this is on another floor. The second floor. Okay, so if we go there, that's the second floor. Maybe this is the basement. Okay. No, it's like the third floor, maybe? Yeah, second floor, third floor. Alright, this is the highest one. Okay, there's a letter there. Oh, this is the front door. Yeah, this is where we came in. Okay. Alright, so this is... interesting. It's not what I was going to say at first, but... probably some kind of... I'm guessing it's some kind of puzzle, or was. Nice view. Do I have to read it again to have it reset, maybe? Yep. Okay. So you got to get it right. Otherwise it resets. So that was the front door. So we need to find what looks like it could be the front of the house or something at ground level, which that's not it. That's probably it. Maybe that's it, but I think it's this one. Maybe. Okay, it must have been. We've still got doors to open. All right, so that one appears to have been correct. All right, so that one's no longer a choice. Latin. Edge, Ty, thank you guys for the host. I don't know why I'm not getting my audio alerts. Thank you guys. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, the website that I normally use to determine about how long it's going to take to play and set my schedule accordingly said this was a 4-hour game. Now, granted, I don't know how much there is to it. Yeah, see, right as it is right now, this is the same that I see through here. So obviously I have to change. Alright, so we're looking for something that could potentially be looking back over the bridge. It's not that one because there's not a window to the outside. So we know it's not that one. We know it's not that one because the back of the house is much closer than the back of that wall. So it has to be this one. And we can see the bridge through the cracks. Okay, so we got that one right. Alright, and we still have things to open. Let's see. Could be this one. I don't know. No, I don't think it's that. Let's go back. Can we go back through here? Kitchen. That could be back over by the front door. No. I don't... I think it removes... Might be that one. Well, it could be any of them, actually. That's the front of the house, or the back of the house. Ah, shit. Alright, well, we made the right choice, because we still have options. Even though we didn't mean to go through it. Alright, that's the front door. Well, shit. Okay, what happened here? Alright, so we're still good. This looks like maybe... No, that one's not right, because that looks like the slope of a roof that continues past where the wall actually is, so that's not the right one for that spot. I'm thinking that one is probably the right one. The walls seem to line up, the windows seem to line up. Alright, that one was correct. I guess you get 3 choices at each option. Alright, so we're looking for windows on the left. It's definitely not that one. It's not that one either, because there's no way there could be a window over there. So it has to be this one. And the wall, again, the walls seem to line up there. Alright, so we're still good. This door is the same as this door, so we need to go back over here and see what's on the wall here. So we've got this thing on the floor in front of the window with 4 boards. So we just need to get it lined up. I think that's it right there. So that should be the right one. All right, and it is. And we still really haven't. I'm guessing that, you know, when we figure out the last room, and it might be that last one upstairs when we get it all figured out, whatever we're in here for, we'll be in that room. And we won't find anything until then. All right, so we've got the first floor and the second floor. Well, the second floor anyway. That could be it. Maybe kitchen. I don't know if weird is the right word or not. I think we determined... No, that can't be it. See, this was the front door, so we were looking for windows. I think we've used that one already. I don't think it's there. Let's go up to 3. Let's work on 3 for a minute. So we got everything here. So we've got that last door up here. And there's nothing else. I don't think that's going to help a whole lot. Okay, let's see. So you know there's likely going to be some windows across on the far wall. No, that's not it. Definitely not it. I don't think... Thinking it might be that one, since that kind of looks like it has the slope of an attic. And that's kind of what we have in here too. So... Okay. From the Earth to the Moon. Jules Verne. What do we have here? Arthur Golden Pym. I can't read that. All right, so we've got those other 2 doors down here on the first floor that we need to do. We've got those. We've got that one over there. So we have this one and this one. And if we go back up here and look, so we've got quite a ways to hit that end of the house. It's probably that one. Not that one and not that one, so I'm thinking it's this one. Take another look. Yeah, so that side of the outside of the house is way off in the distance. as it appears to be on this one too. So okay. Bedroom. Really? There's no lights in there. I can't see anything. Could be that. Oh, hell, that could be any of them. It's not the one that's active, because there are no stairs. And that slope there on the right looks like it could be the underside of some stairs, so it's not that one. It could be, let's see how far off the wall is right there. It doesn't look far enough. It might be. Yeah, it might be that one. Maybe, but I'm not convinced. So if this is a house, we do need a kitchen. I guess it's that one. Although it could be. Let me take a look again. Yeah, I think based on the distance to the wall, I think this is the kitchen. Yep. Okay. Okay, so I think we've got everything except for those down there to the left. Wish I had a flashlight. All right. Now, judging by how far away that door is, see, we can go there, and we've got another room with probably windows. All right. Maybe. No. That doesn't look far enough. Although it might be. bedroom. Stairs. Alright, so what looks like a skull at the bottom of the stairs, I think is actually here. Oh, maybe not. Or here. Would it be this? No, that can't be right. Because there's a wall that I can... There's a doorway behind at the bottom of the stairs. This looks like a skull. The door's to the left and the stairs are to the left going up. Can't be because it's already used. So it's not that one. It's got to be one of these two. That almost looks too far. Looks like a smaller, the second room in the back looks like it's a small room. Which would more fit this one than that one. Oh boy. Reset. The whole thing reset. I had 2 left. Oh man. Now I gotta remember all that stuff again. Okay. This was the kitchen. You know that. Was that here? Oh God, this is gonna make my brain hurt. Attic. That one. Or was it this one? I think it was this one. If it turns red when you walk through it, that means you got it wrong. You have that flash. All right, so we know. Let's see, we got to get. I think it's that one. Yep. we got to get this one here with the 4 boards. This one. This one takes us... Is that the one that's by the front door? No. So we need a window. Well, actually, we can probably do it from this side, too. Nope. This one. Okay. And all these are done. I want to say, was it this one? That's the front door. Okay. Still good. I think it was that one. Yeah, we got everything up here. I think it was... Okay. See, the problem is you don't know how close you can get. It's not that. It's not that. I think it was this one. Yeah. Although this looks more like... I don't know. That looks more like a kitchen than the other room did. I think this was the one. I think it's that one. Because the back wall is right there. The back wall is right there on this one too. So it's that one. Okay. Is that the only 2 left again? It's making my brain hurt. But at least verbalizing it to myself helps. Okay, so we picked that one. Or no, we picked dresser. Dresser with a lamp and 2 windows on either side. Did we use that one already? Oh, what the shit, doesn't matter. No, 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 that's the attic. Maybe it's... God, I don't remember which one we picked. I want to say it was the closest one. So maybe it's... Although only one window. That one has one window. And that one has two. So, oh man, I don't remember which one we picked. Help me! Is this the same one we picked last time, Tippy? Do you remember? I wanted to say we picked one of the closer ones. Because it didn't look like... Alright, lucky guess. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. You're not the one playing, I am. I'm the one that's supposed to remember this. We got it. So we got this last one. But they're also... dark. Right, there are no windows. Well, there does look like there's enough room for another room back there. No, that's entirely too far away. That looks... I mean, it's got to be a closet. And that looks like a closet. But then again, so does that. Oh my God, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. It looks like there's some distance to the far wall back there, so that one might be it. The distance looks like that might be it. Too close, maybe. Too far. It's got to be that one. Aha! It was the right one. Apparently. Read. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is this room? And what is going on? Skulls, potions, some kind of fetus. Yeah, another head. Alchemy. Maybe some kind of astrology book. I don't know, but there's only one thing to interact with, so let's read. A magician once lived inside an old house and made potions that let him see the future. People from the village came to the magician's house and demanded he share his potions with them. We want to see the future too, they told him, but the magician said no. The people from the village grew angry and burned the magician's house. But the magician knew this would happen. He had already cast a spell on his potion room. The house burned, but the room did not. The people from the valley waited, but the magician never came out.
Why are you standing there? You spying?
No?
No. What the hell's wrong with you exactly?
Nothing.
You need to stop leaving your stupid stories around. They're freaking everyone out.
Yeah, Ethan's been writing all these stories. Blaze reveals moonshine operation by Daniel Josephson, Bayfield County. Ashland Township volunteer firefighters discovered an apparent moonshine still while battling a blaze in the woods off Old Ogden Road. According to authorities, the still compromised a propane stove and 4-gallon stainless steel pot, which was used to hold the whiskey mash. Based on the size of the still, Bayfield County Sheriff Hank Schafel believes it may be part of a small operation, though he admitted there could be other stills in the county. Officers on the scene recovered a half-gallon of apple pie moonshine and 1 gallon of unflavored moonshine. Apple cider and cinnamon sticks were found adjacent to the still. All right. Oh, there we go. NASA launches ATS-6 satellite by the Associated Press. Cape Canaveral, Florida. NASA launched what has been called the world's first educational satellite in Florida today, giving the United States a powerful edge in telecommunication technology. The Applied Technology Satellite 6 will directly broadcast educational programming to several countries, including the United States, Canada, India, and Australia. NASA believes the satellite will remain in constant contact with Earth for at least the next 5 years. Read. Another story, maybe? Ah, same one. I did not notice if I got a save there. I should have. All right, so there's a save in the upper right. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, this is a good spot to stop because, I mean, some of these things takes a while to solve. And that's after you find them, and we don't, you know, we have to go out of the house and go into the next area to see what clues we find there. So I think we're probably going to stop here. It's a few minutes early, but I think it's the right thing to do. Yeah, yeah, they do. ATS-6 was it? Yeah. So and there, I don't have the option to do a manual save, so I can't. I have to wait for the ellipsis that you saw in the upper right-hand corner to tell me that it's saved, an autosave. So anyway, tomorrow we're doing a little bit later than we have been. I think I've been thinking that maybe the 11 a.m. Eastern time slots on Saturdays might be a little too early. So we're going to push everything back a couple of hours, plus go an extra hour longer. So when we do the, you'll see the schedule link in the shutdown screen here in a second. We're going to go from 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow to 5 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And the schedule link will be adjusted to your time zone wherever you are. So yeah, we'll pick up here tomorrow afternoon. And like I say, I don't know how much we have left. I have no clue at this point. I don't know if Ethan's alive. I don't know what the deal is. So we're still trying to piece everything together. So yeah, we'll pick back up here tomorrow. And I will see you guys then. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good one.